welcome back to CTS Weekender. Well, later this evening, our documentary is Sweet 16, and that's a documentary that focuses on living with type 1 diabetes. So I decided today to bring in some guests. The Diabetes Association does all sorts of great work for people, including putting together, sponsoring D-Camps. D-Camps is a special environment where kids get to go to camp and not only experience all the fabulous things that any one of us who've been to summer camp knows what a great experience summer camp is, but also to be with other kids who are also living with type 1 diabetes is a really great experience, and a lot of learning that goes on. And my guests today can speak to that. Please welcome Kale and Alyssa and Kate. Welcome to CTS Weekender. Now, all of you have experience with D-Camps. Kale, I guess you're one of the more experienced here. Tell me a little bit about the D-Camp experience. What is D-Camp?
What is D-Camps? Well, D-Camps are a series of programs across the country. We actually operate 12 summer camps across the country, including 10 family camps and a new teen program that we've just started. And it's exactly as you said, a camp for kids who just want to be normal kids who happen to be living with type 1 diabetes. And
really the camp experience in general is a real, normal, regular, there's nothing, it's a great, I saw your roster, it's a pretty exciting camp experience.
Exactly, we do every activity you can imagine under the sun. We have high ropes, swimming, boating, anything you can think of, we probably do it at a D-Camp.
And I hear, Kate, that this year you're taking on that adventurous stuff.
Yep, this year I'm going to be running Tower in the adventure course at camp, which is new and really exciting. It's going to be awesome.
Wow. Now, Alyssa, this is not going to be your first year going to camp.
No.
No. How many years have you going?
This will be my fourth.
Your fourth year.
Yeah.
Now, I want to talk to you because you've got a few years under your belt. But tell me about the first time you went to D-Camps. What was it like?
Well, at first it was sort of nerve-wracking. Yeah. I couldn't really picture going without my family for a week, but after a while it was fun and I just felt right at home.
And how old were you? You were quite little.
Yes, I was 8.
Wow, so this year you're a more experienced camper. What is it about being at D-Camps that is extra special for you? Because how many years have you been since diagnosed with type 1 diabetes?
I was diagnosed with that when I was 4, so this will be my 7th year with diabetes, so it's been pretty good.
And when you're at D-Camps, then what's the experience like for you?
D-Camps is just really fun because it makes a diabetic feel like we can all fit in because they're all diabetics, so it's just fun and the nurses help out and it's just an amazing program for type 1 diabetics.
So the medical part of it is really just kind of, it's part of it's just part of a normal day.
Yeah.
Right?
Pretty much.
Now, you've come up through the D-Camp system.
Yes.
Tell me about your experience then to where you are now.
Well, I actually started out as a junior counselor, which is a volunteer program. It was a really interesting experience getting into the diabetes camps, just because I actually went to a regular camp before I went to diabetes camps, and it's very much the same kind of camp feel that is there at all camps, which is fantastic because the camp experience is something that I think every kid should have. Right. So I went from being a junior counselor to being a counselor, and then this year I'm going to be area staff, so it's going to be good.
Wow, that's exciting.
Yeah.
And Kale, tell me about the camp that these girls are going to. This is in the GTA?
It's outside of Huntsville, actually.
Okay.
Yes.
And tell me about the camp.
The camp, it's our only full summer camp. It's called Camp Yoronda, and it's a home away from home. I myself grew up there. I was a camper for 6 years, and this will be my 9th summer there as a staff member. So
that's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Now, for families that are perhaps either newly diagnosed or really new to the Diabetes Association, and perhaps they've got kids and they're thinking, okay, this looks pretty cool. What's the process to get your kid in the situation where they can attend?
All of the information is luckily available on our website now. We even have an online application system. It's wonderful. It's dcamps.ca, and everything you can imagine. We have dates, rates, information about activities, what to bring, what not to bring. Everything is located on our website, or you can give us a call at 1-800-BANTING.
And I did look on the website and saw that you've got the camp experience for away camps like Alyssa's gone to, but I also saw something about family camp.
Family camp, yes. Family camp is camp for the whole family, whether maybe the camper living with diabetes is too young for regular camp, or maybe there are multiple people living with diabetes in the family, adults and children, and it's a great way for families to come together and learn a little bit more about type 1 diabetes and how to treat it and manage it better. We bring in speakers from all over the country who can talk to different aspects of diabetes, from nutrition to insulin dosages and things like that.
That's actually pretty neat. So there's a full educational component then.
Yes.
In that instance. That's terrific. Now, Alyssa, when you started going to D camps over your past, this will be your 4th year, but over the past 3 years, what do you think has been the best experience for you there? Like, has it been, was there something that's happened, or is there a special friend you've made? Is there something special?
Well, mostly I've made quite a lot of friends, but camp has made me more independent as a diabetic, because when I first attended, I didn't know how to manage my diabetes as well. Like, I didn't know how to do my insulin, so the campers and the nurses there just encouraged me, so now I just know how to do all my insulin by myself and to handle it on my own.
That's kind of neat, I guess, because for a lot of kids, any kid, that first camp experience is your first real time away from your family, and even though you have help there, you are kind of on your own.
Yes, yeah.
And I can see it's making you quite a strong and independent young lady. What are you looking forward to most at this year's camp?
Just everything. Camp is just a really fun experience, and it's nothing else. Like, it's a great experience for a diabetic.
Yeah. And Kate, for you, what's been your best experience, either as a camper or as now as in a counselor kind of position?
Just one of the best experiences is seeing a camper go from being that intimidated, should I go, to just coming out of their shell and becoming really confident and learning at the same time is just one of the most rewarding experiences. So that's been probably the best part of going to Camp Huronda.
And you must see it a lot.
Yes, a lot of campers come to us, and they haven't been away from home very much, and they're not really sure. And then just being around other diabetics, you get to know so much more, and they come so far out of their shells. It's amazing.
Wow. I heard from your mom that you didn't even want to go home.
No, I didn't.
That's awesome. Now, Kale, camp can be an expensive experience for a family, and often you're dealing with a lot of expenses as it is. How expensive is it, and are there accommodations made for families that maybe are not quite in the position to send their kid to camp?
Luckily, there are 2 sets of major accommodations. We actually have a 3-tiered voluntary pricing system, so nobody but the registrar knows how much you're paying to come to camp. It will not affect the experience in any way, but you can choose the level that best suits your income. And as well, we do offer what we call camperships, which are fee subsidies. Our goal is always to ensure that if a camper wants to come to camp, we can get them there somehow.
And that's really important because, like you say, aside from the great experience, and I mean, you can see what it's doing for the kids, but also learning that independence and really learning to better manage, like you said, manage your diabetes so that you are an independent person heading out. That's just absolutely terrific. So the role you've stepped up into, Kale, so what will you be handling at camp this year?
I'm actually the on-site camp director for Camp Huronda this summer, and then throughout the year, I support doing other events, our family camps, our detour weekends, and things like that.
Fantastic. So I guess if people want to learn more about D-Camps, the best thing I can do is send them to the website, right?
Yes, definitely. That is, all of our information is there, and there's lots of contacts on there if they have any further questions.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, you guys. And you want to check out tonight's documentary, Sweet 16. It's pretty cool. That's all coming up later, and we'll be right back with more on CTS Weekender.